full-length mirrors, like it's a bunch of ballerinas or something in there. And you're thinking, why? So you get to looking at you're looking at parts of your body you don't see all the time. You know, I'm in the dance little medicine chest, so I don't see it. And I'm turning around and I thought, what's with my elbow? What is this? There's Skittles in there. You know, I don't. And I'm always wounding myself, the whole right side of my body. This is my pain. I cut off this finger, first hand. I tore the cartilage in this knee. I broke the calcaneus in this foot. And just a couple of Saturdays ago, I hit a box of hardback books and broke 2 toes. So I was telling my dad, he said, it was the same toe you broke. I said, yes, it is. And he's like, well, you know, you really need to move to an assisted living center. But anyway, we're going to jump start this, and we're going to rearrange some things. We have some technical difficulties, which you guys will bear with us. As you know, we do. We are so 17th century. We still do slideshow presentations with slide projectors that they no longer manufacture. Luckily, we have all these extra bulbs, because I don't know if they make the extra bulbs or not. Anyway, Gene Monday has a special presentation, so we're going to turn it over to him, and then I'm going to get back with you.
So we need to get different writers in the future for the next event, I'm sure. You know, the last time I talked to you was 35, 36 years ago. My hair was longer. It was a lot thicker. I did not need reading glasses to do this. I didn't need notes to remember what I was going to say. And most likely I was stoned. But that was part of our era, and as you all know. But really, you know, I was not elected student council president initially. Randy Draper was. If I remember Randy Draper, my next door neighbor. He moved to Dallas, and you were stuck with me that year.
I remember Randy. He was my boyfriend before you.
Oh. That's my ex-wife. I still love you, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in there. But, you know, I'm kind of curious about, when I was asked to do this, I was certainly honored to speak to everybody. But I'm kind of curious, who looked through the yearbook before you came to this event? Can I see show of hands? Who likes the yearbook? Look and see, you know, what we used to look like and the things they've done. And I don't know what jumped out with you, but, you know, several issues jumped out with me. One of them was the energy crisis. Some of the funny photographs of people on tricycles in front of a gas pump that said, out of gas. If I remember right, gas went from 18 cents to 22 cents a gallon.
Oh, gosh.
And we were shocked. I mean, we used to cruise Oklahoma City all night on $2. So that certainly changed in the world today. And the other thing I saw was President Nixon put in daylight savings time. You remember going to school when it was dark? You know, I mean, and a lot of people think, and this is the myth that propagates through time as we get older and talk about things. Does anybody know when daylight savings time really was enacted in the United States? Actually, it was 1918 during World War I, and it was to save coal during the First World War. But over the years, these myths seem to grow. You know, as we get older, we forget things, we remember things a little bit differently. Maybe I'm talking about myself. I'm not putting this on anybody else, but I know I certainly have issues with remembering the way things were. But, you know, over the years, it's like a good fishing story. You know, the fish that I caught 20 years ago that was that big has now turned into a full selfish marlin story. So it just happens through time. And really, and I found that talking to some of you people over the years about my tenure as student council president. By the way, we had the largest staff that year. Participants in student council, over 80 people, and it was awesome. We did some great things. The Brotherhood Week event that we did, I think we were very participatory as individuals, and I like to remember it that way. So I certainly hope that that concept that I have sticks with all of you as well. But I really attribute, and I don't see her here this evening yet, but, you know, our publicity manager for student council at the time was Debbie Jones. And I really expect, you know, I think she kind of helped create the idea, the myth that's bigger than it is. Last question I have is, anybody here from the marching band?
Marching band?
Okay. Do you remember where my mother's house was at the parking lot? I know the party people remember my mother's house. Because it was close to school. But thank you very much for waking me up so early in the morning. Have a great evening. Good to see you all here this evening.